Welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. If you plan to read this, please go into it looking at the trigger warnings. Take the trigger warnings seriously. Hello. I'm doing some, obviously you can see under eye things. I did not put them on incorrectly. Flip them and they'll target different things. But because my eye has been so dry out here, I wanted to make sure I got all of that. We're giving it a try because nothing else that I have done has worked. It looks so stupid. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Boys of Tommen series. I am currently reading Binding 13. And as the author note states, it is the first installment in the Boys of Tommen series and the first book for Johnny and Shannon. Trigger warning, so proceed with caution on those. I've heard that from other creators as well. It is based in the south of Ireland, set during the time frame of 2005, and contains Irish dialogue and slang. And there's a detailed glossary at the beginning and name pronunciations. I'm gonna have to like print out the thing. And then there's the glossary portion of it, which I feel like I should also print out while reading this. But we're going to get into this and I'm excited. It's a very chunky book, but I think reading it on the Kindle is going to make it go a lot faster. Oh, this is actually starting to feel good. I was a little nervous because it was burning at first, but no, it feels really good. Like the heat is gone from that. First year is equivalent to a 7th grade, second year, 8th, 3rd, 9th. Shifting is kissing, but shifting jacket, lucky piece of clothing, usually a jacket worn when trying to pick up a girl. Oh, I feel like I should print this out. I'm gonna be so lost. But maybe not. Everybody else seems to enjoy this. Nobody really ever has stated difficulties of like the language or the terms. All right, let's start reading. I just read chapter 1. They're longer chapters, FYI. Also, the title of chapter 2 is Everything Has Changed. That just reminds me of Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran's song, Everything Has Changed. We just get right into the trauma of probably a very surface level, but very intense as to Shannon's experience. Also, I realized I made a mistake. I thought this was at a college, it's high school. But man, her experience is so devastating. It makes me so sad. Her brother Joey is amazing. I love him. How supportive and just like a good older brother he is. And I just feel so bad for Shannon. It makes me sad that there are people in the world that have done what Shannon has done, had things done too. Does that make sense? Just mean people. It makes me sad that there are mean people in the world, and especially mean in the extent of what she's gone through. I just hate mean people. There's no reason for it. Everybody in the world should be required to have therapy. It just makes me so sad. Let's see. So I have 19 hours and 37 minutes left in this book. This is a chunky book. Not like a good meet cute, but like, it's still kind of a meet cute. Oh, Johnny. What have you done? Oh, Shannon. Good morning. I just got back from the gym. And my protein shake. Also, my eye, so much better today. It's still really dry, exceptionally better, and it doesn't like burn as much, so that's good. I really think that under eye patch helps, so I'm definitely gonna do that again. I'm gonna throw them in the refrigerator though, just to get a little bit more of that cooling effect. I also ordered some from Amazon because I also needed more outdoor pickleballs. I got the same day shipping, which is so great. Yeah, all 3 of my outdoor pickleballs broke the last time I went and played. They weren't that great of pickleballs either, but all 3 of them broke and I was really sad. I got 6 more in lime green and hot pink. I like the hot pink because it's pink, but I can't remember what other people prefer to play with. Everybody likes the orange balls, the bright orange balls for indoor. I think everybody likes the lime green ones for outdoor, if I recall correctly. I did an upper body day, mainly because I'm supposed to have a volleyball tournament tomorrow. However, tomorrow we have like a winter advisory warning. I don't know if the volleyball tournament is going to happen or not. If not, just get to hang out. On Monday though, I'm really, really excited about this. On Monday we're having a snow day for work, so I'm not going in just because you just never know. It wasn't looking like it was going to let up, so we're just like, you know, let's just call it, let's do, that bird flew so close to my window. That way nobody has to go in and make phone calls early in the morning. Regardless, not going to work on Monday, and I'm really excited because I just want to like read my book. Speaking of the book, I'm 12% in, and it's so weird that this is a high school. They act older. Both of our FMC and MMC act much older than they are, and it makes me sad. Yeah, so the writing is definitely more mature than I was expecting in a high school. My only critique so far is our FMC, Shannon. So many times she's referenced as being so small, so tiny. She's just so little. And I can't stand it. It would be one thing if it was just like the initial like, hey, yeah, I'm really small for my age. I haven't hit puberty, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. But it is continual about how small she is, how tiny she is, how little she is, how skinny she is. And I'm like, can we do something else? And then they go on to say her striking features and stuff too. But the fact remains is like, she's so tiny, she's so little. And maybe that's just me switching back to when I was growing up and I've never been the tiny person, and I was always jealous of the tiny girls at my school because I feel like a lot of the guys went after the girls that were short and petite. Maybe that's just my own insecurities. I'm totally fine with my height now. I love my height. I love being on the taller end, and I'm not like super tall by any means, but I love being on the taller end of things now. But like growing up, I was so insecure, and I felt like in Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift's music video, I felt like when she was that big giant going into the room being too big to hang out. Yeah, I felt like giant Taylor. I love being a tall girly now. Jenny also had this thought, essentially summing it up, like, Shannon's not like other girls. Yeah, no kidding, dude. She's been through shit. She's been through so much trauma. Of course she's not like other girls. I used to eat that trope up, like the not like other girls, because in my head I acted like the not like other girls girl. I'm like, am I not like other girls? No, I am so basic. But Shannon is not like other girls because she's been through so many traumatic instances in her life. Don't be attracted to her trauma. That's trauma bonding. I am enjoying it 12% of the way through. Those are just my few little critiques, and they're not really as big of a deal as I'm making them, but the chapters are so long. I'm really happy I'm reading it on my Kindle. Now that I'm done with my workout, I am going to do some editing right now. We don't have any plans today, any plans with other people today. And I'm so excited for it because I want to read this book. Editing took so much longer than normally anticipated. I should know this. I thought I didn't have much to edit, and it turns out I had like half a vlog to edit and then another video to edit. So I was doing that for a long time. It is 3:30 now. My parents also stopped over for not long. They were just passing through. I am going to read until I am hungry for dinner. The pining and the yearning is so me at any stage in my life. Middle school me, high school me, college me, grad school me, adult me. I have not grown out of that. Oh, it's so exciting though. I love having a crush. And I love when I know other people have crushes. And it's in first person, because then it's like I have a crush. I know this line is supposed to be like, ugh. But in my head it says, play and slay were my only option. When I know it's supposed to be like, play and slay my enemies. Play and slay Johnny. I love Gibbsy. I'm so excited to read his book. He's so cute. An idiot, but like in the best way. Just a lovable idiot, and I love him so much. Oh, Gibbsy. The fact that he repeatedly told this girl no, and she continued to feel him up, and That made me so angry because yes, it is a double standard. No means no to everyone. She's horrible. Something's about to be so cute. Oh, okay. Here we go. I just love Gibbsy. Gibbsy, you precious, messy angel, you. Touch her and you die. I love Johnny. But his car gives me the ick. Not like the type of car, just what's inside the car. It gives me such an ick. Ew. My pickleball balls came, and yeah, I got the yellow neon ones. They look so much greener online in the pictures. These are definitely more yellow, and then the bright pink ones, which I like preferably. So fingers crossed that they won't break. And I also got these eye masks from Grace and Stella, and they're like the deep puffiness one, collagen boosting eye mask. They're supposed to be more, no, they're hydrating. That's what it is. They're the hydrating ones. And I threw them in the refrigerator, so they should be nice and cool by the time I put them on. So right now I'm gonna go shower and get ready for bed because it is 9 o'clock. I was just stuck in this universe. It is so good. And again, the chapters are so long, but at the same time, I don't notice that they're long until like I get to a new chapter. I'm like, ooh, 45 minutes until the next chapter. That's crazy. But just for reference, I'm 35% of the way through, which is on page 209 of the physical book. That's only 35% of the way through. That's insane to me. 10 and a half hours remaining left in this book. Yeah, definitely some hard-hitting stuff in this last chapter. Really sad to read. I hate horrible people. I love Joey. Joey is amazing. I love him, and he's definitely more practical, but he's still a dreamer, and I love him so much, and how he loves Shannon, love their sibling bond, how he is trying to always look out for her. Good morning. I have to leave in like 5 minutes. Today is volleyball tournament day. They did not cancel it. There are flurries right now, but other than that, not too bad. It's supposed to get pretty bad later on this afternoon, and they said they will close up the tournament if the conditions get way too bad, but there will be snow removal on site, which is great. I've been looking forward to this tournament for so long, but I totally would have been fine if they would have canceled, because all I want to do is read this book. I can't stop. After I was finished reading in my recliner last night, I crawled into bed and was just laying there. I'm like, yeah, I'll read like another chapter or two, and I couldn't stop. And I woke up this morning, probably 45 minutes before my alarm, picked it back up, couldn't stop reading it. I snoozed my alarm twice so I could just continue reading. I'm really sad I didn't read it sooner. I think I'm 54% of the way through. It's amazing. It's very heartbreaking too. Definitely, I know I said this in the beginning, but look up trigger warnings. It's very similar topics to like It Ends With Us, like the domestic abuse and violence. But I love Johnny. He is the touch her and you die kind of guy, and I love him. And I love Shannon's brother Joey. Gibbsy is so funny. He is just like a mother hen. Well, not a mother hen, but he is like, he loves to meddle. He loves to stir the pot and get the gossip, but like in the best way, not in a scandalous way. He instigates a lot of things moving forward, and I love Gibbsy. So cute. But Joey, oh my gosh, Joey is amazing. And Joey's girlfriend, I love her too. I think Ify is how you say her name. I adore her. What an amazing woman. I just feel so bad for Shannon. She just has it, she does have it quite rough. Got home from the tournament. It is 4:30. We lost. I knew we weren't going to do that great, mainly because we just like lack height and power on our squad, which isn't a bad thing, but it was still really fun. But I knew we weren't going to be the top team. Weirdly enough, so this tournament went by like points earned, and even though we didn't win a single game, we tied 2, but like points wise conversion, we didn't win any. But even with that, we still ended up in the gold bracket, which on one hand was nice, but at the same time I wish we would have been in the silver bracket because we definitely would have gone further. We were booted out first round, which was a bummer. Also, this tournament had the capability to run smoothly. It didn't. We were supposed to start probably around like 10:30 or so. We got there at around 10. We didn't start playing until noon because they were so behind. Because, all right, so one team dropped out because of the weather, like well in advance, so they reworked the brackets and the pools and everything. 2 other teams dropped out as well, like that morning. And instead of taking the time to rework the pools again, or like at least the court placements, it was awful. It's difficult to run a tournament and play in that tournament. There was just a lot of miscommunication, and the fact that the pools that I was in and the other pool, we didn't start until noon, which was 2 hours after our original time. That was absurd and so disorganized. And it was really frustrating because like we could have stayed at home, we could have done something else, or even just like gotten there an hour later. It would have been nice to just like get a text message or throw something up on the Facebook page that was like, hey, we got a late start. For those in this pool and this pool, come an hour later. Like anything would have been better. Played in so many tournaments, and unfortunately, I've played in a lot more disorganized tournaments than organized ones. The one I played in earlier this year, like back in February, wonderfully organized, smooth, perfect. This one was just, it was not it. It was not it. Like the teams were really good though, so competition was awesome. At the same time, like when we're just sitting around for 2 hours, and it just gets in your head when you sit for that long. And then the pools that played before us had to sit for like 3 hours waiting for the other 2 pools to finish, instead of just like having every pool zigzag in. If they would have just taken the time to rework the courts, because there are 3 courts, it would have made a lot more sense. And I almost took over and was like, okay, here's what's going on, but I didn't, but I should have. Yeah, if they would have just taken the time at the beginning of the tournament, got the first 2 teams or the first 3 teams going, moving, and then reworking it, because everybody would have been there by that time anyway. So I don't know why they didn't do that. It was just frustrating. It was frustrating. And I mean, we played well for the team that we had, and it just wasn't enough, which is okay. It was still really, really fun to play with them. That was that. I did get a little bit of reading done, but I was pretty much running around and communicating with the other teams that we were playing, like what the heck was going on. So I still like took over that role. I'm gonna be the person that's always gonna get things moving. So I don't care if I'm in charge or not. I'm gonna step up and do that, because the last thing I wanted was for us to be there until 7 o'clock at night when the roads are this bad. There were so many cars in the ditch on my drive home. As soon as I was like turning onto my block, one of my tire pressure sensors just malfunctioned, and now I have like that warning light on, but none of my tires look low right now. I'll definitely keep an eye on it and see what's happening there, but I need to go get an oil change anyway. I'm gonna read for a little bit. I'm still like hopped up on candy. I ate so much. So I'm not like super hungry right now. I'm so sad I put it off for so long. And you know how a book is like super amazing is when I go on Spotify and find a playlist for it. So I've been listening to Binding 13, Shannon and Johnny, and it's by Boomy. I knew that was gonna happen. Eventually. It was gonna be too much. Oh no. The talk Johnny and his mother just had was so funny and so uncomfortable. I would pass away. No thank you. About time! Ah, the crowd goes wild! What a hug. Oh my goodness. I'm blushing. I have no idea what's about to happen, but I'm really nervous. It's either gonna be so epic or so humiliating. I'm just like annoyed with how clumsy Shannon is. Like, it's so annoying. Like, just take a breath. The way she panics. Like, I get it. I'm clumsy when I panic too, but not to this extent. It's unnecessary, Shannon. Get it together, girl. I'm 85% of the way through. Okay? It's going by so fast, even though this book is so long. I am just lost in the story, and couldn't be happier to be here. I have 2 hours and 15 minutes left. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I stay up and just finish it tonight. Because it's so good. Just so happy to be reading it. We're at like a really potentially intense thing. Like, I'm really nervous for Shannon on the back end of this, but right now I'm so happy for Shannon. Also, the fact that this is such a slow burn. We're being fed with their angst and tension and just attraction towards each other. Oh, high school. What a time to be alive. This next chapter is almost an hour long. So let's get to it. I want to read it right now. And yeah, I might just stay up the whole night. I don't have to work tomorrow. I need to read the second book immediately. Wow. What a wonderful book. I am so obsessed with The Boys of Toman. I keep saying Tommen. Is it Toman or Tommen? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Toman, and I've been saying it Tommen, so I'll probably slip up and say that multiple times. So obsessed with this series. As soon as I finished Binding 13, I immediately went into keeping 13, and I stayed up till like 2 or 3 in the morning reading. The book had me in a chokehold. I am obsessed. I am obsessed with this series. I'm obsessed with Johnny and Shannon. I cannot express how much I love this series now. I did not think I would love it as much as I did, mainly because it is marketed as YA. It is not YA. Yes, it says 16 plus, but I would say like 17, 18 plus, just because of the certain situations that go down. I just don't think like younger kids should be reading the intensity of it. I don't know. I feel like it just is too mature for, if I would have read it as a 16-year-old, I don't think I would have necessarily grasped the severity of it, because in my mind as a 16-year-old, why wouldn't they just leave, and not thinking about the repercussions. On one hand, I do appreciate the explanations as to why that was not possible, or like what the holdup was for that. Just back in my non-experienced life, I just don't think I was equipped with the emotional intelligence to take in the gravity of the situation. And now that I'm older and have that more understanding of the cycle of abuse, not like personally, but more compassion and understanding about it and why people fall into those patterns, I can definitely sympathize more with this situation. I love Johnny. I love Johnny so much. I love that he made such a safe space for Shannon. The stuff that they both went through, and very much similar to kind of like a trauma bond experience, but at the same time, at first looking at it, I even said it in here, I'm like, oh, it's kind of a trauma bond, but I felt their love and compassion towards each other. And yes, they are young because they had to grow up a lot faster than their peers. I think that puts them at a more mature relationship. And also the difficulties of expression in conversations and having those tough conversations and finding the words to voice those instead of running away. You can just see that growth with each of the characters. And I really loved their communication once they finally kind of figured it out. So there wasn't a huge ton of miscommunication, but it felt like they were actively trying to communicate with one another, and I really appreciated that. I immediately went into Keeping 13 and read that one in a day. These books are phenomenal. I'm obsessed. I'm really happy that I read this on my Kindle just because the text is very small in the physical books from what I've seen. Also, Larry Reed's, I know I mentioned this previously, I'm going to. I don't even remember when that was. I think that video is already out. She designed these beautiful covers. I'll throw a picture up there, and I want them so badly, but when I went to buy them, they were completely sold out, and I'm devastated. And she is going to design the covers for the rest of the series as well as they come out, and the one and Saving and Redeeming 6 she's working on right now, as well as Taming 7. I really hope that there is like a bundle available or a reprint of Finding and Keeping 13, because I want those ones. I don't care if I have to pay a lot of money for them. I want them so badly. They are exactly the book covers that I want on my shelves and I'm happy to have on my shelves. Not that the old cover or even like the new traditionally published designs are terrible. I feel like Larry Reed's really, she nailed it. As a Larissa and a Larry, we're just connected, and I hope that I would design something like that as well. I hope to find them or just stalk Ember's website until they restock, or hopefully that they restock or do a package for Chloe Walsh. That is the end of this snowy weekend video. I hope you enjoyed reading this book with me. It was a chunky one, but we finished it so quickly and I was so invested in it and lost so much sleep due to it, from staying up late to waking up at 3 in the morning most nights and reading until I fall back asleep to wake up a couple hours later. I am still recovering from the loss of sleep. I'm so tired. Feel free to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any reading vlogs for any of the amazing new releases that are coming out this month, as well as like this video. I would really, really appreciate that. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye!